thinking, you just nailed that.
I totally nailed it.
They're probably going to try to hire you as a limo driver or something. You know, you were on fire. Words never came so free
good
before.
Thank God you have an audience for that.
It doesn't matter.
Such a moment of clarity.
I'm such a good pilot. I take care of all of my mates, people in my. Gosh, I'm starting to sound like Nick, calling them mates. Ugh. All of the people in my ship, I just want to transport them there smoothly. But really, in the back of my head, I know that somebody talked to me about important that's going to be joining us, but I don't remember why or if they're a good person or if I'm supposed to hurt them. No, I'm just thinking this.
Okay.
Something's about ready to happen here. But in the meantime, we go to Joy and to Betty. 3, 2, 1. And all of a sudden, warning, coolant leak. And people are trying to leave. Error. Pressurization system will not allow exit at this time. Lab is on lockdown. Warning, coolant leak. Exit is advised. Warning, exit system failure. Exit is not possible at this time.
Get out. Just kidding, you can't.
So now, there you go. It's your chance.
All right, so...
Roll for your life.
Roll for your life.
Burn all those platforms.
That is not rolling for your life. That is
No!
Not.
Oh no!
I got a 15.
Yeah.
You got 15? All right. So, Benny, here's your frustration. Miss Joy, I'm starting to get a little woozy. I'd really like to turn off the gas.
Sorry, Benny. That's all I have. I don't have rerolls or anything, so I got a 15 to hack into the
Alright, so I'll allow you to try it again maybe here in a minute.
Okay.
And Benny's like, oh, it's coming out the wrong end. Oh.
Oh!
Joy God!
Who thought he had a pill for this?
Well, even with that, it's still supposed to make you sick. And so, yeah, roll a fortitude check.
10.
It's coming off both ends. So you got flu-like symptoms. You're feeling horrible. So now we go back to here. So the doctor goes, so, Callisto, I'm going to need you to walk out there in that field. Oh, excuse me, doctor? I don't understand. I was supposed to be back here and take notes. No, that's fine. I just need you to walk out there. But, doctor, I really don't... And you see the man in arms. You hear his weapon go... Tears start to form in her eyes. I don't understand. What's going on? I've known for a little while now, but it's all good. Why do you think I have that particular test subject over there on the table? Doctor, I don't know what you're trying to insinuate. I don't know what's going on, and you're frightening me. Oh, you should be afraid. I want to see if natural instincts to protect one's siblings can be overridden by the machine's program. Could it be a mother be forced to kill a daughter? Could a sister be forced to kill a sister, for example? Or would the natural instinct to try to preserve the person that they care about override the system? It's something I need to know. And I was going to try that lobotomy, but then the equipment didn't come in on time, so I did a little checking, and apparently arrived a week ago, but you kept it in the storage room and hid all the records.
Talking about the person on the gurney right next to me, right?
Yes, so you...
The scary team.
No, this one right here.
The one I'm next to.
Yeah, so you want to move over to that one?
Yeah.
The man in arms fires at her feet. There's a bang, and she starts backing up, and he just kind of keeps doing that, and she backs up, and she backs up, and she backs up.
Does this one look like her? Like they could be sisters?
Yeah, now that it's pointed out, now the Callisto has done her hair and makeup and various different things like that, and this other girl looks very malnourished and kind of graven. So, but looking past all that, looking for familiar facial characteristics, Now that your eye is brought to it, you can see it. And you probably feel kind of stupid for not noticing it before.
How alive does she look laying on the table?
Well, she's alive, but they've been feeding her intravenously. And if you've ever seen anybody who's in a coma or fed intravenously and things like that, they take on not natural characteristics because muscle atrophy kicks in and they start losing body fat and things like that.
Is she unconscious?
Well, she's in a comatose state. They only have certain parts of her brain function at a time. So now, if anyone's going to do anything, it's going to be a roll for initiative.
Well, Ash, at the sound of shots, would have come out of the ship and been like, what the heck is going on?
So
Not like on initiative, like just when the shots were fired, I've been like, wait, what? You know.
So we'll say you came out of the ship and you can start from there, but we are rolling initiative.
I would have turned off my fancy music and stopped partying. Wow.
Well,
wow, that's impressive.
Maybe you didn't notice because you were playing, boom, it was just at the right time, and you had to notice when one of them, was off. Boom, bang.
Wait, what? Vicky? Wait, you're not Vicky.
Yeah, it should bang, it should boom.
I rolled a 5, if that's what you.
Okay. So let's start doing
And
this.
half of that was my modifier.
You took our weapons, right?
I am a weapon.
Yeah, they did take your weapons. So Brian, the person that was shooting at her is here.
Okay.
If you can see my finger. And this is a customer. This is a customer. And this is a customer. This is Dr. Lull. This is Tybar. This is the sister.
Tybar.
This is a sister. This is one of the other sort of victims of this machine. That's you. And that is Callisto, if she's in image.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm really far away in the corner. Did you see me?
Right
And
back
she's...
I'm there. Wait, is the lava actually there?
Yes.
Yes!
Mhm.
I don't know why that made me
a
so
hot
happy.
planet.
Yes.
Super fun.
And I mentioned that it was going to be like this before. There's decent wind that's blowing. And the atmosphere has some gases that you're not used to, but there is enough oxygen to breathe, though the planet's atmosphere is not comfortable to breathe for a long period of time. So now, Xandarian, you're up first on initiative order. What are you going to do?
I am going to see if it's possible to kill the girl on the table before the weapon activates.
It is possible to kill the girl on the table. Keep in mind, though, that would probably blow your cover. And also, you have the man-at-arms who's wielding a pretty nasty-looking weapon. And then you also have the buyers themselves who are armed.
So what I was thinking before we had to roll initiative was that I was going to use sleight of hand to cut her throat so that she'd be dead and nobody would know it. Possible at this point or beyond that.
Okay, so sleight of hand in order to be able to do that with
The only one that actually would have line of sight is the customer behind me.
well, let me see. From line of sight perspective, you have, of course, this guy who can see you pretty clearly. Okay.
So see, from that point of view, if I take just one step forward to where I'm right next to her on the bed, her body will be blocking whatever I do.
Then you have, let's see, man-at-arms guy. So
That's going to be really hard.
that's what he sees. Maybe if you kept your hand low, the doctor is going to have about the same view. This is your perspective.
I'm pretty sure that the customer behind me would have a clear view, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping the surprise factor might cover him. But then, seeing that you've got this purple thing, I'm wondering if the weapon's already been activated. It's too late.
The weapon has been activated, and it's going to go the initiative right after you. So you can, if you want, you can roll a sleight of hand. They would have taken weapons from you, so you would have to improvise something like You'd probably have some sort of a stylus to work on your pad. You'd have your bare hands.
I'm thinking that's a medical gurney. Maybe there's a scalpel somewhere in there.
Okay, so roll me a search.
Roll the one.
You don't find it, and if anything, you brought attention to yourself when you were looking for it, so people looked at you. So the element of surprise is gone, because now you have a couple of people looking in your direction.
Which person am I supposed to be schmoozing?
Okay, you're smoozing this person right here. He's like, hey, what's up? I'm Carl.
Carl.
So I'm just going to kind of play it off, make it look like I slipped a little bit and ended up leaning on the table over the body and stand myself back up and kind of back over.
Okay.
Hopefully make it look less like I was trying to kill her.
So roll me a bluff, and you're going to have to beat a 12.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
23.
You've managed to bluff, so they believe you're just being clumsy.
And I'm going to assume that's going to take up my turn.
Yeah, between searching and bluffing and everything else, that's gonna take up your turn. Now, this thing forms, and Callisto's going, Melina, no, I know you're in there. Please, don't do this. I'm your sister. Please, don't. And you see her just streak towards her, and there's like a moment hesitation, and the doctor gets on the comm, turn up the power on the machine, and adjust the memory white settings. Increased by 4. Hello, tech. Hello. Sorry, doctor, there's some sort of disturbance here. There's a coolant leak in the reactor. Are you kidding me? This is absolutely ridiculous. All right, fine. You know, I've ordered you to kill her. And the image starts to break up for a second. I knew we should have lobotomized these people. And, you know, we can't have any trace of any sort of humanity or compassion or anything in these creatures. This is embarrassing me in front of the people. Man at arms, and he points at the girl. So, Tybar. So now it's you're
Tybar's
here.
Thinking really hard right now.
Tybar is very like, well, if I do anything, I blow her cover. Okay, so Man of Arms is aiming at Callisto, right?
Yes.
He's gonna...
He's off to your right.
Why are you shooting the boss?
I could. What if I have no bluff though? So
Stand in front of the gun.
I'm gonna turn around because I'm gonna be like having heard him fire at her feet and look. I'm gonna be having looked at him and be like, whoa, wait, doctor, can't you just like push a button over here on this thing right here? And I'm just gonna start messing with buttons on the gurney.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And start messing with the tubes. Or is she hooked up to anything on the gurney?
Well, yeah.
She is hooked up on the gurney.
Is there like buttons and tubes I can mess with, or?
Yeah, there's various different. There's from life support to the grav,
God.
control.
I'm just
All
gonna
of a sudden the gravity
I'm
goes.
just gonna be like, doctor, I got this, and I'm gonna start like messing with things and trying to get it to.
You idiot! Don't touch that! And he starts yelling, and he comes over to try to cease your activities. And I'll say that you've momentarily caught the shooter's attention.
I'm going to use my atmospheric alteration,
Uh-oh.
and it's an area effect.
When it uses this ability, the Hoarder just chooses the type of saving throw and whether it will enhance or penalize that save. If it enhances, creatures within 20 feet gain a +2. If it penalizes, creatures within 20 feet take a -1 penalty to the saving throws.
So it affects the
D4 round.
So it affects the atmosphere, but if it's within 20 feet. But the wind is blowing, so I was saying you could easily back up and
apply a penalty to the time box.
get everybody, type thing.
Yeah.
So you can accomplish the thing basically by moving like this and then sort of getting everybody that's downwind.
So I think.
I'll say it increases your 20 foot to the whole thing,
Cool. So I think I will choose to penalize everybody, and it's going to affect their reflex saving throws, so anything that has to do with their dexterity.
Okay, so everyone How much
We'll take
penalty
that.
was
It's
it?
a -1 to all of their
Reflex.
reflex throws, so basically their dexterity.
Okay. Brian, didn't you say there was some sort of like a roll she did or something for what it affected?
No, it's basically it affects the saving throws and it lasts a D4 round.
D4 rounds. Okay. So there you go. So roll the
In
D.
the wind, you could do like a penalty maybe to the time duration.
We got 4.
I'm not going to
Dang.
do a penalty for. We'll say it
Like,
lasts
isn't it?
4 rounds. So
Okay.
then it's going to go to Ashra.
Right, so I'm seeing all the chaos. I'm mad that I'm out of my ship with all the cool sounds, but I should probably get involved somehow. So I'm gonna just kind of take off running, not into the lava, around the lava. Be like, that's hot, and go around it. Because I can't really do anything from a distance anyway.
So you could, double
I have no clue what's going
move
on.
type thing. What is your movement?
I believe it's 30. Yeah, it's 30. So I guess double my speed to 60 around the lava.
So right through the lava.
I have cool lava boots, proof shoes.
You should get like a little catering thing out of here. And like we forgot the charcuterie board for something.
The charcuterie board.
So that's
Bring them all. Oh,
That's where you are.
Oh, that's a good idea.
okay. So Xandarian, it is your turn again, but first we're going to jump to Joy and Benny. You got to do it.
Last chance, last chance.
19.
Woo!
19. Okay. So you start downloading the file on the bleeding edge armor, right? So apparently a lot of the budget of the bleeding edge armor has been diverted to this Black Ops project. So all budget is under here. But the armor was developed a while ago. Basically it's abandoned because this project now supersedes it. But all the resources and everything is coming as labeled under the bleeding edge. And this other Malice Engine doesn't seem to exist as far as payroll or anything else goes.
Okay.
And as far as this system goes, there's some sort of a massive transmitter that this thing is attached to. In the computer, it doesn't even say where it is, but you can trace the energy conduit lines, and it has to be really near that lab. And so you have various different details of it. You don't have the blueprints on how to build it, but you basically have the power lines that are going to it. You have the security feed. You can actually see the device. You get access to that, but it doesn't say where it is. There's no bill of material or anything like that in it. So some of the stuff
Someone didn't do their job correctly.
Yeah, well,
Bill of material.
they didn't want it tracked or anything like that. So you manage to pull that off. Benny stops the gas leak, and then
Good work, Benny.
Then you guys basically just leave and go into the hallway, and you curl up into little balls and throw up and puke and cry, and your skin is really itchy, and you swear your hair's falling out and things like that. And eventually medical personnel come and they start putting a breathing mask on you and applying ointment and injecting things into you. So now you come back to here. So now Xandarian, so you can tell from the situation that the distraction was short-lived, and this gunman is getting ready to fire.
So what I'm looking at is the gurney. I know that this is connected somehow to the system. There's got to be a transmitter of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking for how that's connected up to the girl so that I can sever that connection.
Well, as far as that goes, you don't see any connection to her going to the gurney or anything like that. Either whatever's connecting her is inside her head, or it's built into the gurney itself. Kind of like one of those phone chargers that you don't have to plug anything in, the induction charger. So either this is some sort of, if she's on the gurney, she's hooked into the system, or there's something in her head. You can't tell, but that's what you can figure out.
So I'll say to the doctor, well, what happens if she comes off the gurney and I'll push her off?
You're going to push her off?
Yeah.
Off the gurney.
She's
No.
dying. Let's shove her off the gurney.
Well, push her off the gurney, and all of a sudden the thing starts beeping like life signs warnings. Either she is dying or the thing just doesn't detect her because it's not on the gurney. The image starts to waver. You idiots! Get her back on that gurney now! Man at arms, I told
You're
you!
already failing your demonstration. You might as well figure out where the rest of the bugs are.
Man at arms! Kill anyone who doesn't obey me! Then it goes to the man at arms is going to take a shot at you, and I got a 19 plus. He's got a plus of a whole lot, so yeah, he's gonna hit you with
Keep in
his.
mind, I do have partial cover. I'm behind the gurney.
Okay, like what, half cover?
Yeah, I'd say that's about half cover.
Okay, so you're gonna be partial cover, and that gives you a +2 bonus, and so he hits a 20 for AC.
He's still got me. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
So it's okay. So he hits you for 15 points of damage.
Ow.
Yeah. And that's,
Yeah.
he shoots you, readjusts fire.
And at that point, as when I get hit, I'm going to drop all the way down so that I'm completely behind the gurney.
Yeah, so he shoots, there's a bang, and Callisto falls.
Oh no.
And then it is Tybar's turn.
Okay, lots of things are happening. Well,
Yeah,
in
go on.
game,
Mhm.
Tybar doesn't know Callisto is anything, but he is sad that, sisters are trying to kill each other. And I see her go down, right?
Yes.
All right. And I see Man-at-Arms shoot my kind of friend.
Yeah.
God. I'm gonna be like, it's okay, Doc. But I think that the gravitational Duawatsa is off on this gurney, so I'm just gonna pick the girl up, put her over my shoulder, be like, I'll take it back to the ship and try to readjust it.
You take the girl,
And the gurney.
and you're putting her back on the gurney?
No, I'm putting her on my shoulder and pushing the gurney.
And pushing the gurney.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna lean down. Hold on. And I, you just hold on to the side as I push it.
Perfect.
So we'll say you get
Who would want my
about your movement away.
30.
You get about there, and you have the girl with you in tow.
And really quick, I'm gonna lean over to
that's-
Shanty and be like, "Make us not be able to be seen.
I'm not that cool.
Distract them." And that's my best idea, guys.
So now it's gonna go to Chanterelle. Where's Carl? Carl's like, hey, things are starting to heat up here. You want to come back to my place?
Oh my gosh.
You know, I like to have like a girl in every port, and like I would love for you to be my girl here.
It's not exactly how I was going to do this, but what we're going to do is I'm going to use fatigue on him, hopefully, to kind of get him to back off and hopefully pass out.
I could set you up in like an apartment, and if you want, you wouldn't have to work anymore. I could get you hooked on drugs.
Oh wow, what a Chad, Carl.
Okay, yeah, 15. And if he wants to attempt to fight off the fatigues, the sleep, he has to make a fortitude saving throw.
He rolls 5, and so with any plus he has, he's not going to do it. He's like, oh, this atmosphere is not agreeing with me. I gotta lay down.
Just right there.
Yep. Are you doing anything else, moving or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna start to move away from him and try and...
You should probably follow me and help me get to the ship.
Yeah, let's do that. It's a great
I
idea.
kind of had a thought. Tybar's 2 brain cells lined up for once,
Okay.
Hey, at least yours lined up. Nick's still back at the ship. We're deleting all his feet pics. It's gonna take a while.
Ashram?
So I see T-Bone running with the body. And then based on past experiences, when he's running with the body, I should go the same direction he is. So I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna dash back the way I came. And I'm like, hey, guess I'm doing loop-de-loops this time. And I'm just running back because I'm gonna have to go pilot somewhere.
This is how I imagine you doing this.
Exactly like that. Yep. Run it. Nope. Okay, let's go.
This whole way just to turn around and run the other way. I'm already out of breath. Alright.
The scene for Pirates of the Caribbean, when Jack Sparrow's running away from all the cannibals.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Zendarian.
Well, I'll stand up and continue under my own power now.
So you stand up and you start going that way. So you can get about to there. And you are turning around, you said. So we can say you...
Yeah, I would take the dash. It'd be like, oh crap, and run back the other way, just like you showed.
And so you could do
Not
there.
through the lava again.
And so now the man-at-arms is going to start shooting everybody. And he's going to start with the closest target. He's going to start with Tybar. And now I have to find my D20.
Right there.
Oh, yes.
You've got so many figs, you'll lose your dice.
He gets AC 14.
No.
Let's see. He's going to then try to shoot Chanterelle, but he rolled really horribly in this plus. That probably shouldn't work. Then he's going to hit Ashra. He's just kind of shooting everybody.
Rude!
And
I'm
so,
just the pilot, man. I gave you good food and alcohol, and I did no loop-de-loops.
well, there's no deed goes unpunished. You take 11 points of damage.
Me or
Ashra.
Oh, okay.
But if you have to
You're
ask,
pretty
take some damage too. No, it missed you.
That's what I thought you said, which is why I was confused.
Yeah. And I moved on to somebody else.
He said Ashura.
Wait,
Yeah.
what was the D20?
So I got a 22.
Oh, okay, that was good. Stamina, right? Yes.
Stamina first.
Yeah, stamina first.
Just making sure.
Yeah. Now that's him, Tybar.
Okay, I want to, with the gurney, I want to keep going closer to this lava pool right here.
Yeah, you can't run or anything with it, so I won't do
No,
a double.
I'm not gonna run with it, but I do want to keep moving with it close enough to the edge to where I can just push the gurney into the lava.
So that,
Because that's pretty much my entire movement, right?
that's your entire movement. So you can get close enough to it that you can sort of give it a kick and it can start sliding that direction. But it's going to take a second to get there. So Chanterelle.
We're gonna get to the ship.
So you're just going to head more in that direction?
That's my plan, is to get back to the ship with her and...
Yeah, because we flew pretty far out past away from the compound, so if we can just leave them there.
The
Okay.
comms are still working, but you need to do something to help with these guys first.
You just want to move 12 or you're going to do something else? You can move 6 and take a standard action, or you can move 12.
I don't really have
Just run.
range, so just run.
Okay. Now, let's see. Nobody's facing, so you hear yells. There's automatic fire. AC 13 hits you, Tybar.
No.
Zendarian, you take 6 points of damage. I already rolled for Chanterelle, so that missed. Then it's going to miss Ashra, and then there's going to be an area effect from something that he launched. Everyone make a reflex save. You don't have to beat much. You're just going to have to beat a 9.
16.
Oh, 25. This dice is on fire.
Stuff starts raining down. Just happened to miss you guys. It's shooting right next to you, almost like a little meteor shower. Little things that just zipping down and striking the ground and the lava and everything.
Like mini grenades or popping
Yeah.
down.
Then the gurney goes into the lava. The image of the girl disappears. And you guys are running for your life, but at some point you realize and you turn around when you hear the yelling stop. Everybody else is down.
Is the girl doing anything now that the gurney's in the lava?
No, she's just in a comatose state.
But she's not dead.
They have her in a medically induced coma.
Okay, I was just wondering if something might have snapped back on. Everything's gone quiet now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna turn around and see that everybody's... It looks like they're dead. I'm gonna go over and actually check them. I'm gonna look at Zendarian and be like, hey, Zen, hold on to her for a moment. And I'm just gonna lay her down on the ground gently and just walk back and start checking them.
Did we totally leave the other person on the gurney? We just abandoned the other.
Yep, you just
Yes.
ran away and
Well,
left the person.
the other gurney was, remember, T-Bone said it was malfunctioning.
No. This is the one who said it was malfunctioning.
I know. That's why you picked up that one.
Everyone ran away and left the person there.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, we don't care about you.
Basically, that's what happened.
We suck. Got it. Cool.
So you go and check those people, and their skin seems to be burnt, but yet their insides you'd almost seem to be frozen.
Even the doctor?
Yeah, the doctor, the buyers, they're all dead.
Person on the gurney.
The person on the gurney is still in a comatose state, seems to be unaffected. You see there's been several bullet marks that struck all around the person. The various weapon fire basically did a Pulp Fiction, so you see bullet holes that go outline the guy like all around, but didn't hit him for some reason.
And did this one actually fall into the lava?
Yeah, that fell into the lava.
You should grab the other gurney person.
I'm going to go over to Callisto and check her out.
Yeah, check Callisto. I think we need her to get back in the building.
So Callisto, she's critical, but she's not dead.
I'm going to start stabilizing her.
I can do that. I have medicine.
And get over here.
Okay.
I also have medicine, but we're out of initiative, so I'm gonna be running back to the ship.
Actually, I have magic medicine.
Ooh, that's even
As far
better
as
than
equipment
regular
goes,
medicine.
Gary, is it just the gurneys that came?
Yes, that's all you saw
Okay.
come was the gurneys.
And I'm going to assume we have time to... I'm going to grab Professor's body.
We can always use his fingerprints and eyeballs to get him.
Yeah, I'm going to grab his body, and then we should probably load up the other gurney.
Okay.
You know exactly what I bet, yeah.
So I'll say the gurney and all that is in the ship, and you can fly back to the other area.
Was I not stabilizing Callisto?
Yeah, stabilizer.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can stabilize Callisto. I'm just saying you're flying back to the area, so you can stabilize while flying.
Cool.
And I could use some of that magic medicine too.
I can only do it once per day, but I can give you regular medicine.
I can also give you regular medicine.
Yeah, she gets 10 hit points back.
So she gets 10 hit points back. You know, she's starting to revive, but even with that, it takes a second for her to figure out what's going on.
She is alive.
So-
I did good. That's all that matters.
Lisa's like, yeah, what happened?
I saved you.
No, you killed the doctor?
No. I'm going to point to the girl and be like, whatever she is killed him.
The misty version of her did.
Get him off the ship! Get him off the ship! Get him off the ship! She starts screaming as you see this little fog start to come out of the doctor's mouth, and he starts to come up.
Not again.
I'm going to grab the body and chuck it.
We brought the dead body of the doctor with us? Why didn't we just
For his eyeballs.
One of those
why didn't
people.
we just take
So
the
he-
eyeball?
He rises up and then grabs for you, Tyvar. So we'll have to get to that. We'll go back to Joy and Benny.
Why didn't we just take the eyeball?
And so they revive you. They ask you if you're okay. So you're sitting there, you're showering. You know, they apologize for the coolant leak. They're bringing you food, and
Hopefully
and
Nicholas.
Benny's chit chatting it up with people. He's been flirting with some of the girls and things like that. He's been buying drinks for people. So roll me a wisdom check.
If it had been a 1, I could have re-rolled.
Oh, well, yeah, no, you didn't notice anything.
She's too sick. She's
Assuming-
recovering.
She's shell-shocked from the state she was found in.
It was bad.
So, you know,
She'd seen some things.
so Benny seems to have recovered quicker than you, and like he's already, like I said, he's trying to buy drinks for people, and he's talking about the experience. And I was down there; it was coming out both ends. I mean, oh my god! You know, I had once went on this bender where I was drinking, and there was these twins. But anyways, you don't need to hear about that. Well, anyways, I got so sick, and I'm not sure if it was the liquor or the girls weren't clean. I don't know what it was, but. You know, I woke up a week later in the ER with this massive bill, and so he's telling this whole story, and the people are laughing. Just the way he tells a story gets people involved and laughing. He's very animated and passionate, talking to different people. He's like, you know, oh yeah, you're John, right? You're like some sort of technician here. You do okay, yeah, you're the power systems. All right, that's good. You know. Where the heck is the power for this stupid place anyways? You know, and he's just start talking to him, and he's like, you know, oh, it's way below. It's on level C. He's like, oh man, is that why I never see you like down in some hidey hole or something? And he's like, yeah. And so he just all the information seems to flow. Like the questions he asks don't seem like anything out of place, like he's trying to ask it. He was getting to know the person mentioned he was a technician. What do? You work in power. How come I never see you? Oh, that's because I work below decks. Oh man, you have me in some hidey holes. And just, so in the course of the conversation, he seems to direct it to the guy to give him a lot more information than he should have.
Good work, Benny.
And
The ship we've commandeered that we're in right now, we should get that ship to Benny.
so now you have a situation that we're going to have to resolve next time because we're sort of out of time for today. But you have the doctor who has become obviously infected. So you've learned a few things. You've learned that these particular spectral projections of hate and malice, where they take that from the human subconscious and they aim it at somebody to kill, somehow infects, it does something to them. So you also know that those creatures that you thought were native to whatever dimension you were in before, when you went into the void, the black, the thing that's something other.
Spacesuit things?
Yes, the
Yes,
spacesuit
these
things.
are the same.
Something other than that are connected. Fate of the deep space cruiser, the Event Horizon, is somehow linked to this.
Makes sense.
That's why you go through an airlock system when you go in here, and they remove all the contaminants, they pump the air out, pump in clean air, they spray you with things,
So that these contaminants don't get out of the...
or into the facility. And they've picked a planet with its atmosphere, which has strong winds that tend to try to blow these things away and disperse them. And it's kind of hostile to the environment of these fog beings. So they know it's a known side effect, but nevertheless, they're going
Just gonna do it
forward
anyway.
with the project.
We love scientists sometimes.
Wait, so the girl on the gurney infects or
The people-
is infected?
The people that get attacked and killed
By the
these
spectral form.
get
Then-
infected.
Okay, so the girl on the gurney's spectral form is what infected, and that is how that process works?
Yes.
So she herself is not infected, it's the spectral form that
It doesn't-
causes the
It doesn't seem to do it. It seemed to be the spectral
Forms.
energy when it attacks and kills somebody. It does
Transforms.
something to whatever's inside them. It leaves a seed of hate, of just pure evil and chaos. And that seems to grow into whatever this is. It plants that seed and consumes what's left of their solar life energy and becomes this.
Okay, question then. Is the spectral form the same as the fog stuff that's inhibiting the people?
No.
Okay.
It just, you ever hear evil begets evil?
Right.
And so they've introduced something. They've taken what's dark and horrible inside of everybody, and they amplified it and strained it so there's nothing left that restrains of humanity, compassion, morality. All those different things are completely gone, and it is just blind hatred that's directed. When that goes into a person, it consumes everything of what that other person is and creates this other creature. And you'll learn from Callisto that this is sort of a side effect. Every person that they kill will get up and become an assassin of themselves and do the same thing. Of course, it's undesirable because they always want to be able to turn it off. And so now they have to work at some sort of a system that either doesn't create these creatures, or they're going to have to sort of do some sort of environmental cleanup after the fact.
They were doing an exhibition with no turnoff switch.
Yes.
Great.
But they're trying to get people to sign on and buy this, so they want to show its potential, get the money for it, and then just
So
assume they will find a way to deal with the problem later.
So it's kind of like one of those deals where they're running out of funds and they need more funds, so they're trying to sell
Yes.
the product before finishing it.
Because like I was telling to Xandarian, this was the most expensive thing that they've ever funded. Well, partially it's because they did armor research, and then they stopped that, and then continued with this other project.
Okay.
What Joy is able to find is that they completed the armor project, and then they've been diverting funds ever since. So there is a suit of armor somewhere that they've completed and tested, but this showed so much promise that nobody cared.
Makes me wonder.
And so they kept saying, hey, we're doing it, we're doing it, we're doing it.
Yeah.
So
And buying time for themselves to
I
do
vote
this.
we don't even try and steal it. This technology. I vote we don't even try and steal it. We just blow it up. Boom.
Well, we kind of already have, because we have to do it on the gurney.
Yeah, but the gurney is only a facet of the overall.
Oh, I get that.
So yeah, so this is stuff that you're going to have to ponder during the time in between games. How are you going to find? Are you going to try to find the suit of armor? Are you going to try to find the suit of armor? In that case, where is it? So Benny is working on some of that information, and he has some clues for next game. You also need to know this device. The gurney might have been some sort of a port to plug in, but it's not the device. And the device seems to have some unbelievable range because of a network that they set up. They have these little tiny small soda can size satellites that have stealth technology as it is, and they've seeded the known solar systems that are traveled as well as the drift. And so that's a means for this thing to project.
That's out. I didn't know how, but I knew it was coming. I didn't know how, but that's how.
How?
Yes.
No, but tell me.
So the energy wave that we
And that's why we need to steal the machine.
No. The energy wave that we encountered a few episodes ago was us blowing all of these tiny soda can things all across the known everything up. And that's what the energy wave is.
It could be. It could have been the way that they put them all across the universe.
Yeah. And then we blew it up, which caused the energy wave.
Well, you'll have to find that out next time, adventurers, because this concludes the 4th adventure in the Bleeding Edge series of games. I thank you for coming and look forward to our next adventure.